well, we have like a few buses that are entering the bus bay platforms at Wilson Station. And there's the 128 Stanley Green route. I haven't even recorded that route before on my channel. I'm thinking I might do it one day. That's 7062 operating out of the Wilson Bus Garage. And here we got the 165 West Road North bus. It's gonna head to Steeles. That's the LFS. And hello everyone, and sorry for my delayed intro. Today is Friday, April the 26th. The time is 3:20 p.m. and it's a windy Friday afternoon. The temperature should be around 8 degrees Celsius. And just right in front of me is Wilson Station. That's the bus bay platforms. Just got off a northbound train that took me all the way to Wilson Station from St. George Station in downtown Toronto. And for this video, I'll be going for a walk from here to Yorkdale Mall. So the route I have in mind is I will be walking west for a bit along Wilson Avenue for a few blocks up to Dufferin Street, and then we'll head south to Yorkdale Mall. So it should be at least a 20-minute walk, if not mistaken. And as you can see, Wilson Avenue is starting to get really packed with traffic because it is the afternoon rush hour on a Friday afternoon. Right after 3 o'clock. And I'm actually not too far from the Wilson Bus Garage, which is on the right across from Wilson Station. So this is Transit Road coming up. So I'll be crossing Wilson. I'll be walking west on the south side of Wilson Avenue. Just gonna wait for the light here. There goes the 96A Wilson. That's the Orion NG Hybrid 1340. So as you can see, it's another sunny day. We have some sunshine, clear blue skies, and I can barely see some clouds. And just straight ahead, they've closed off 2 lanes, and now all drivers have to use the opposite lane to head west. Vehicles. Holy cow, this taxi was about to turn right in front of me. Yeah, so I can barely see the Wilson Bus Garage just a bit north of Wilson Avenue. Yeah, let's honk. Alright, still gonna wait for the signal. Alright, so Transit Road begins north of Wilson, and Billy Bishop Way begins south of Wilson. So we're in the neighborhood of Wilson Village, according to that sign. And that was Wilson Station that opened back in the year of, I think, around 1978, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I can barely see Yorkdale Mall just way down there. That's where I'm heading to. And as you can see, all these drivers are going home from work and school. It is now 3:25 p.m. And of course, there's the LCBO on the left. So I wonder what they're going to be making or building on the north side of Wilson Avenue. I think maybe new bike lanes or something. I don't know. I can't really tell, to be honest. Unless further notice. Well, look, I see the 104 Fairway. What's it doing here? Because the 104 Fairway normally operates at Wilson Station and as well as Shepherd West Station. Look at that. That's the brand new hybrid bus, or brand new Nova Hybrid 7084. Hearing some construction noises. Look at that. So they closed off the north side of Wilson Avenue, and they've only opened up the south side. So at least drivers traveling west still have access to use the available lane. But look at that traffic there. It's like a madhouse traffic. There's the 165 Western Road North bus that's operating on the brand new Nova Hybrid from 2023. So over here they have Best Buy. Oh, Costco. For me, it has been a while that I've been inside Costco because I don't really have a membership. Except my sister's friend who has a Costco membership. Like, I'm not sure when was the last time I've been to Costco. It was like almost like 1,000, or like not 1,000, but like I think the last time I was at Costco was I would say 4 or 5 years ago, and that's a really long time. But the eastbound traffic, oh my god, I hope these drivers get home safely. That's why I don't drive during rush hour. If I see traffic, for example, I'll just avoid it, and I'll just like drive somewhere else, for example. Like for example, if there was a madhouse traffic on Wilson heading eastbound, I'll just avoid driving on Wilson during a madhouse traffic and just use either Shepherd or Finch to go east. There's a Yorkdale Volkswagen car store where they sell the Volkswagen. Alright, we're almost at Dufferin Street, and then I'll head south to Yorkdale Mall. I'll probably end my video at the Yorkdale Mall parking lot before I head inside, because I don't feel like recording inside the mall because of security. So here's where Dufferin Street comes to an end. So in order to continue north on Dufferin, you have to take Wilson Avenue all the way east to Allen Road, and then head north on Allen Road to Shepherd. And as you continue north on Allen Road, north of Shepherd, it will lead you. That's where Dufferin Street will continue after once you pass Shepherd Avenue west. And look at all these cars blocking the crosswalk, and now all these pedestrians have to walk just over these cars because, well, I mean, that's how it is during rush hour. There's gonna be like an opportunity where all these drivers have to block the freaking crosswalk, where when pedestrians have to cross Wilson Avenue. And there's a RTK bus 9148, and that bus looks really jam-packed during the afternoon rush hour. Wow, there's like so many RTK buses. Yeah, so as I mentioned before, I mean, I kind of mumbled there for a minute. So here at Wilson Avenue, at the intersection of Wilson Avenue and Dufferin Street, this is where Dufferin Street will no longer continue north of Wilson. So according to a sign there where it says to Dufferin Street North, you have to take Wilson Avenue east to Allen Road, which is way down there right by Wilson Station. Then take Allen Road north, passing Shepherd Avenue west, and that's where Dufferin Street will continue all the way north in Thornhill / Vaughan. Alright, so I'll be heading south on Dufferin Street. And you can tell that Dufferin and Wilson is one of the busiest intersections during rush hour, as you can see here. You can definitely tell by these cars. And I'm hearing some honking too. And all these drivers, there are a few cars that are going to be turning left onto Wilson from Dufferin Street, because Dufferin Street doesn't even continue north along this stretch after Wilson Avenue. So you have to take Wilson Avenue first, heading eastbound to Allen Road, and then take Allen Road north, passing Shepherd and that's where Dufferin Street will continue on, heading northbound into Thornhill/Vaughan. And Dufferin Street continues all the way north to a street called Davis Drive West. That's way north of Toronto. And we're walking south on the west side. South on the east side of Dufferin Street. West side will be that way, and here will be east side. And I do have to meet someone at Yorkdale Mall at around 4, so that's why I chose to make a walking video along from Wilson Station to Yorkdale Mall. And for me, it has been a while that I've done a video here along Dufferin Street. The last time though I walked along this stretch heading northbound was almost a year ago, back on May 8th, when I did a walking video along Dufferin Street from Lawrence Avenue West up north to Wilson Avenue, which is right over there looking north. And right over here, I think these construction workers will be building new condos, I think. Look at that. This area is under construction. But look how deep that is. That's so deep. I see the water and a few mountains. Look at that. Whew. Wait, I believe they're called sand mountains. I mean, you can still see a bit of sand because by looking at it, I can tell that these are like sand mountains or rock mountains, all that sort of thing. Look, now we're back at Billy Bishop Way, where it meets Dufferin Street from Wilson Avenue. Oh, and I see the Hudson's Bay just way down there, looking south. Once you pass the 401, which I'm about to in any minute. There's the notice sign. They're planning to reinstall a 3-story tall buildings here. Our time is 3:38 p.m. So I still have time. I do have to be at Yorkdale Mall for 4 o'clock as I'm meeting someone. All right, I'll cross here. Just make sure that no cars are coming. Whew. So now I'm about to walk underneath the 401, one of the busiest freeways in Canada. And once you take the 401 heading westbound, it will lead you to Toronto Pearson International Airport, which is way down there. There's the 929 Dufferin Express bus. I'm very surprised that I'm not seeing the new Flyer Arctic hybrid buses, because when I originally recorded the 29 Dufferin, or sorry, I believe it was the 929 Dufferin Express from Dufferin Station to Wilson Station. I recently saw the new Flyer Arctic bus, and that was not in service. It was heading southbound, and I caught that on camera while I was recording the 929 Dufferin Express on the Nova Arctic bus. All right, we got 2 streets coming up. Yorkdale Road beginning east of Dufferin, and Wilson Avenue beginning west of Dufferin. So I could take Yorkdale Road and head east for a bit, but the thing is, unfortunately, there's no sidewalk, so I can't be walking on the side of the road. So I have to continue straight. And I'm looking west along Wilson Avenue, beginning west of Dufferin Street. Oh, and they originally built these new 3 condos. Well, I guess these 3 condos are still under construction. And it wasn't even like that before, a few years ago. Alright, so we're almost at Yorkdale Mall. I only have like around 18 minutes. It's only 3:42 p.m. But look at all the traffic along Dufferin going northbound. I hope these drivers get home safely. I mean, you can tell that Dufferin Street is always lots of cars going northbound, especially for them that will be using the 401 either heading west or east. I know why exactly, because these cars heading northbound are going to be taking the 401 heading westbound. I can definitely tell, because I bet all these cars will be passing Yorkdale Road, which is on the right. Yep, I knew it. Oh, there was one red van that turned right onto Yorkdale Road, as well as that truck over there. And here comes the Dufferin bus. Dufferin. The 29 Dufferin. Well, that bus doesn't look even jam packed. Well, let's see how the other one looks like. Yeah, I think that bus right there, 9143, is a bit packed, not that much. But look at this. This is just like when during New Year's Eve when I did my first live stream on the way back north from the Music Garden along Bathurst at the intersection of Bathurst and Lakeshore Boulevard West. Oh my God, there was like a madhouse traffic all stuck in one place, and I can't even imagine how hard it is for them not to just to walk to the waterfront for the fireworks. Like, why drive there? Because if that's the case, then those drivers will have to be staying there for like an hour and just to wait for the roads to be clear before they can proceed. Well, I mean, it's what it is. During New Year's Eve rush hours, there's always going to be a madhouse traffic around here. Here, maybe like somewhere downtown, right by the waterfront for New Year's Eve. But that was a fun stream I did. My first ever live stream on New Year's Eve. Alright, so I'm not going to stay here too long because we have finally made to the Yorkdale Mall parking lot. There's the Hudson's Bay. So I think I could end my video right here. I was gonna go further down east to end my video right by the entrance to Hudson's Bay, but I think here is better because I don't feel like well, the thing is, inside malls, usually when there are securities inside the mall, it's usually a private property. And I remember, if I can easily remember, I remember when Henry from Toronto Second Transit did a live stream at the Yorkdale Mall. I think that was when Henry celebrated Chatty Cathy's birthday. That was last year. And while he was streaming inside Yorkdale Mall, he got caught by security saying that, oh, you can't be vlogging inside the mall, you need permission from the management. So yeah, that's my worry too. But because I'm using my DJI Osmo Pocket 2, even though I go inside the mall and record, nobody will notice. Nobody will even notice that I'm using my camera because it's a very small camera, this DJI Osmo Pocket 2. But if I was using my iPhone on a gimbal, oh my God, that's when a lot of people will notice that I'm recording inside the mall, and they can be really offended. So that's why. And the thing is, I don't want to get in trouble from the security, even though I was using my big giant smartphone on a gimbal to record inside the mall. But I've seen many mall videos from every other YouTubers. Well, as long as you're not like, filming around people and basically, as long as you're not just following people around the mall and all that sort of thing. So yeah, that's my explanation. But I think I'm going to end my video right here, and my battery on my DJI Osmo Pocket 2 is at 20%, so I do better end quickly before this camera dies on me. So I hope you enjoyed the walk, starting at Wilson Avenue, right by the busway platforms at Wilson Station, and we walked along Wilson to Dufferin, then south on Dufferin to here. So I'll be heading inside Yorkdale Mall, and I'll be meeting up with a few friends. So if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I have an Instagram account at Sapan TTC Explorer. And there's also a super thanks button below the video if you wish to say thanks that way as well. And I really do apologize for my mumbling, because whenever it's windy it's sometimes hard for my mouth to pronounce words properly. That's alright, though it happens to any other vloggers. So time is 3:48 p.m. and I do have 12 minutes. So I'll be calling my friends saying that I'm here at Yorkdale Mall, and yeah, and we'll just hang out, get some food, just walk around the mall, and just to enjoy life. All right, and oh yeah, and one more thing. What was I gonna say? I mean, there is nothing else to say, but I mean, I can't really stop capturing this madhouse traffic on Dufferin. Like for me, if I was to drive back home from Yorkdale Mall, I would avoid driving north on Dufferin from here to Wilson Ave. I would take Yorkdale Road all the way up to Allen Road, then I'll just take the 401. I mean, that's the best way to do it. Oh, we got some excellent driving here. All right, so I hope everyone has a great Friday. Happy Friday, TGIF, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. Oh yeah, and also there's another thing that I want to say to you guys. This weekend, I think only tomorrow, being Saturday, April the 27th, Line 1 will be closed between York Mills and Davisville stations due to track work for the Eglinton Crosstown. And shuttle buses will be operating between Davisville and York Mills along Yonge Street. So that will be only tomorrow. And what else? Oh yeah, and also this weekend, I heard that the Line 2 trains will be bypassing Pape Station for the Ontario Line construction. And we'll have some frequent Line 2 shuttle buses operating between Broadview and Coxwell stations, because I read that on their website, in case some customers need to go to Pape Station and they need to have access to Pape. That's why we'll be having a frequent Line 2 shuttle buses operating for a high frequency service. Oh, and look what I found. There is the new Arcade Flyer Hybrid Bus, the 929 Dufferin Express. 9447. Oh my god. I can't believe I've captured it. Oh my god, on video. Look at that. Holy cow. I was so lucky enough to ride one of those buses on the 903 Kennedy Scarborough Express. I can't believe I captured it. It's a good thing I didn't end my video right away. Well, obviously. Alright, I guess I've talked too much. So I will see you guys on the next one. And cheers. Adios.